Good evening, everyone. This is the Flagler Weather Update midweek edition. Today is the 27th of May, 2026. That makes today Wednesday. So this is the midweek weather update. Taking a look at satellite imagery, you can see the thunderstorms and the sea breeze collision occurring in the central part of the state of Florida. That's how it's been. It's been either Gulf Coast or mid-state of Florida the last several days, but now we're going to see a pattern shift where these showers and storms will be drifting more towards the east coast as we go towards the next few days here in Flagler County, and there will be some effects to that. So taking a look at our forecast maps here, we see good chances of rain, little upper level disturbance mixing things up here, and then what's going to happen is some deep tropical moisture coming in out of the Gulf, out of the Caribbean, and perhaps even a weak low pressure system trying to form somewhere over the southeast. It's going to draw in all that moisture and give us some unsettled weather as we go through the end of the week and into the weekend. So let's talk about tropics real quick. There are no concerns in the tropics for the next 7 days from the National Hurricane Center. Taking a look at the long range forecast, tropical development is possible in the eastern Pacific Ocean for the next 2 weeks. Now, does that mean that something could get going here and possibly go into the Gulf or the Western Caribbean? It's not out of the question, but it's not forecast at this time. So we will be watching this. Nothing to be concerned with at all. You may have seen some weather models passed around online. Again, don't worry about those. This forecast you're looking at right now is a consensus of all the models, plus National Hurricane Center forecast input and Climate Prediction Center forecaster input as well. So again, just because you see one model that looks really scary does not mean that it's going to be a problem. So just keep that in mind as we go through the next few days. But we'll be watching that. So let's talk about what's to be expected here in Flagler County. So looks like that as we go into Thursday, waves of showers and storms will commence, and heavy rainfall, localized flooding, will be main concerns with that, with heat indexes heating up through Friday. Rip currents will still continue to be a concern, so just be aware of that. And again, that heavy rainfall, we'll take a closer look at how much rain we're going to get here in just a little bit. Hopefully it'll take a bite out of the drought. And again, we just talked about the tropics. There's no concerns out there at all. So first off, let's take a look at temperatures. Low temperatures the next few nights. So tonight down in the 70s. As we go through the week, no major changes there. Lows in the 70s throughout the week. Let's look at temperature, high temperatures. Now this is a new system with the Weather Service. So I'm kind of learning this as we go here. So high temperatures, looks like near 90 each day, maybe mid-upper 80s, but a little bit cooler at the beaches as we go through the next several days here, right into Tuesday. Now taking a look at heat index numbers now. Let's take a look at that. Heat index. So again, heat index numbers, rather warm, but nothing critical. Mid-upper 90s, maybe flirting with 100 degrees, about 95 or so, and then lower 90s, mid-90s, that kind of thing. So pretty much what you would expect this time of year, maybe a little bit above normal, but nothing critical there. So let's talk about precipitation because a lot of rain is on the way. So how much rain are we going to get? Well, 7-day rainfall totals bring us about 3 to 4 inches of rain county-wide. So it does not mean it's going to rain the entire time. It means that rain showers will be possible at any time, mixed in with some thunderstorms, and some of that activity could produce some very heavy rainfall. As long as we don't get 3 to 4 inches of rain in an hour, this really isn't a big deal. This is spread out over 7 days. But if we get a lot of rain in a very short period of time, it could lead to some localized flooding. So that's one concern that we'll be monitoring as we go through the next few days ahead. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at when is it going to rain? What are those rain chances? So let's go ahead and get into that. And let's see here. Let's go and look at 24-hour probability of precipitation. So let's go into tomorrow. About a 60 to 70% chance across the county. And then by Friday, it's about an 80-85% chance. And then about 75% chance on Saturday. Again, it does not mean it's going to rain the entire time. The rain will come and go. And then Sunday looks to be about an 80% chance. And then we stay with that Monday and into Tuesday. Some very heavy rainfall could be mixed in the mix with some of this. But again, it does not mean it's going to rain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is all 7 days. There will be some dry intervals thrown in. But where it does rain, it could rain rather heavily. And you could have some flooding issues with that. So let's go further on. Taking a look at the long range forecast now. This takes us into the first week of June. Precipitation chances expected to be above normal. So more rainfall is more likely in the picture. And look at this, temperatures trending a little bit below normal for the first week of June, possibly a byproduct of all the cloud and the unsettled weather, bringing temperatures down a little bit. Now, as we go further into the future, in middle part of June now, this takes us from June 4th to June 10th. We're still looking at above normal precipitation chances and temperatures. Now, let's talk about that. We are looking at about average temperatures to be expected. Doesn't mean you can't have a hot day thrown in, but on the average, expect things to be about normal. So that's going to wrap things up. Everybody out there, thank you for watching. And our next full update will likely be on Saturday or so. Again, thank you for following us. You can follow us on Facebook, Flagler Weather Info. You can follow us on TikTok at Flagler Weather Info and Instagram as well. And we have a YouTube channel. Look for it, Flagler Weather Info. Find us on YouTube. Everybody have a great rest of the week.